Well, of course, it messes up when you film it, but go ahead and put your liner back in. The liner makes it just easy to deal with the loose perlite, so it doesn't get all in your system and your drain and muck things up. And also, if your drain gets clogged during the summer, you can just pull the whole screen out and it will dislodge any of the you know, root system that's in there, because it's all contained. So I'm going to fill it up again. I don't want to fill it up all the way. I want to fill it up just enough so that the spray nozzles are not covered and they just spray down in there, not like buried in it, because that could clog them up. And so then I just weave it into the, there we go, I just weave it into my little mesh. There you go, easy as pie. And then I continue moving on to the next one. And so that'll be fun. And I just continue down. So here we are with another Trifule. You want to make sure that, I don't know, as much as the stem goes into the bucket, because that becomes roots. The stems of the tomatoes will turn into root system. And you want as much root system as you can get. That's why you don't like plant it like you would a pepper, for instance. You want to bury as much as the root as you can. And if there's leaves on it, you want to take the leaves off. So we're sitting here again, taking the... And for a pepper, I would probably not do that. I would probably just stick, you know, fill it up mostly with perlite and then throw in the pepper plant. But for tomatoes, you want to bury as much of this stuff as you can in there. So, there you go. Stick as much as that you can. It's not going to hurt it. It's going to look really weird for a while, but you'll see the explosive growth that happens once you bury most of the root system and the stems, because the stems will start growing roots out of it. And so that's really going to be fun. And these guys are just going to climb up here and just go crazy. And that's why I like hydroponics. So it's low maintenance, because once I do this, I mean, the automated systems are just going to take over. And every few hours, there's going to be a fresh nutrient solution flushing through here. It's going to go and wet down the whole system and keep the roots moist, because tomatoes do love that moist soil. And you'll see, just like last year, it just goes crazy. And I had so much, I could barely can enough, you know. So this one has 2, and I'm going to stick 2 Romas in there. And these are 4-gallon pots. 2 Romas. There we go. Looks like one of my Romas fell in there. So I'm going to have to go dig it out, of course. Find out where it... Oops, it looks like I broke it. No big deal. Even if you break them, like in this case, it looks like I did, I'm just going to stick it in there like a stick. Because all I really care about is the 1 Roma anyway. As long as I get a tomato out there, because this is going to be too much anyway. Having 2 Romas in here, or 2 tomato plants, might be a little too much for this little guy. But I've done it before, and they do spectacular. So, as you can see, I did break off the root system by accident. There's a root system down there. Who knows if it'll grow? I don't care. I'm just going to stick this guy in there just like this, because it is going to be so moist in here. It's going to be fine. So I'm going to stick it in there as deep as it'll go while it still pokes out, and cover it with perlite as much as I can. And I bet that thing will just take off just fine. So I'm not worried about it. It's not going to affect anything, because it's not sucking nutrients, since it's going to be encased in a bath anyway. So, you know, there's going to be no suffering in there. So now that I got the first 7 taken care of, I'm going to do the outside 7. And that'll be fun too. So it's not really rocket science about hydroponics. I mean, people really fret about the numbers and everything. But you can really pretty much plant a lot of stuff in here. And you'll probably get people cringing because you're doing that. So this is an eggplant. I didn't empty the whole thing out. I just stuck it through the hole. And I'm now just going to gently just bury it like you would planting it in the ground. There you go. That's it. I mean, you know, it's going to be bathed in nutrient solution. It's going to be using neutral perlite, and it looks a little rough now, but you come back in a few weeks and you're going to find out it's really going to be taken off. Yeah, I mean, I've grown all this stuff before, so this is not like an experiment. I mean, you can see right here from my mint, I didn't even take it out of the box. I just trimmed it a little bit, and it's just going to be fine. And it lasted all winter in the hydroponic system, even though the hydroponic system was out during the winter. I didn't have the pump on or anything, you know. And it seems to survive fine because there's an inch of water on all of these buckets. That's what the drain's for, if you can see. See? So there's an inch of water that is always in here, and the roots have probably just gone down in there whenever they needed something. Also, when it rains, it's going to rain in the buckets, and that's how I get my 50+ gallons of water in these past few days when it rained. Is that whenever it rains, it's going to fill up and do my hydroponic system. And so all you have to do is make sure your pH level and your parts per million count is fine. And I have a meter that I'll show you in a minute, and that lets me know when I need more nutrient solution or change the pH level. I can do all of that. And yeah, pretty much this is how it happens in the summer. Always something shaded. My helpers, they're really not helping, but you know, they're pretty fun. And a Dugan. In case you missed it, this is the system. You can see everything, including the working sump pump. What you doing, Dugan? I think it blends nicely with the come here. Natural habitat that I have in my greenhouse. Here's looking out my door. This is my coffee. Of course, I have my chickens too that help with the front yard fertilizer. These are some of the starts that I sell. Some more starts that I'll probably end up selling. A teaser of my front yard.